So I think it's fair to say we can probably rule Man United out the title race already.
There's still some games to go.
There is still 32 games to go, and with their current ratio of those 32, they'll win 16 to get to 18 in total, which would actually be pretty good. I think 18 wins this season for Man United would be really good. Not enough to put them in a title race, but really good.
That's an unrealistic win amount for Ruben Amorim's
That I know. I think
United.
I think that may actually be more games than he's won yet at Man United.
That's insane.
I feel really bad for that guy that's grown his hair out until they win 5, because he might actually be waiting years.
Yeah, I know. Draw 5. Don't lose in 5 games.
Aye, unbeaten for 5 games.
I've seen he get attacked as well.
They did get attacked. I did see that. That was not very funny. I feel bad for the guy. However, on the actual title race, can we say that Sunderland's in a title race?
That would be crazy to say.
They're only 4 points off top.
Don't remind me.
Well, speaking of top, you must be pretty happy.
Happy, but not sustainable happy.
Not sustainable. Right. I see.
I don't feel comfortable. I feel like I'm losing years of my life. I don't feel like my experience watching Liverpool this season doesn't feel like we should be sitting top.
Yeah, it's sort of like objective survive, but like you're also winning every game apart from one and top of the league by a mile.
Not by a mile.
Well, yeah, not by a mile. Sorry, it's 2 points, but you're against a team that's glued to second.
Yeah, but a point I actually kind of want to mention on this. I think their team, see if he would stop fucking around with their lineup, not just playing the best players, I genuinely think they have a better chance of winning it without some of his stupid decisions.
Yeah, it's quite interesting that the guy is like second
it's his player choice. It's not even his way of playing it, it's his player choice.
Well, yeah, he's second in the league playing 4 centre halves and 3 holding mids.
It was the game he didn't start Eze. That blew my mind.
Well, it's just any game he doesn't start Eze. I mean, he's the only creativity in that. I've said I think Arsenal will be held back because of Saka now, because they look to him so heavily. But that I actually feel for that guy. He must be gubbed.
Yeah, he must be shattered. But it's sometimes like the quality is there in that Arsenal. Like, as much as I like the
it's there,
the quality is there. It's such a I love a lot of the players in that team, just not the way that they get made to play in that team. Occasionally,
it is.
I don't know. You do see glimpses of you're like, oh, why don't you do that all the time?
I know. I haven't watched loads of Arsenal. I watched the what was it, 5-0 or 5-1 against Leeds, and even though they won and they scored 5 goals, it did nearly put me to sleep.
Yeah, like that City game, but that was more on City. Like I watched that full one, and I tend to watch Arsenal every week just because my brother's watching them. So like that City game, that was kind of more on Pep playing Arteta style football. But like Arsenal looked really. Let's see once. Oh my god! See if they just took Trossard off in the 2nd minute of the game and not the 82nd minute of the game. It would have been far more enjoyable. Like there's times I'm just like, why is he on the pit? And I'm waiting for like the talent that was sitting on the bench, and then they come on and change the game, and I'm like, well, you could have done that from the start. From the start. I also can't decide if Gyökeres is a slow player or a fast player. Sometimes I watch him and I'm like, oh my god, he runs he's running in quicksand, and then other times he's sprinting away from people, and I'm like, what is it, pick?
I know, it's I can't make my mind up with Gyökeres because I thought he would have been an excellent signing, and then I watched him a few times and I think, maybe not, but
yeah.
I think in terms of the title race, Arsenal are one that's going to be hard to beat, but I've also got no faith in them actually getting over the line.
I think maybe I've got more faith in them, but that's because...
Is that faith or fear?
Yeah, I think that's more a wee bit of fear.
Do you think they're going to go over the line, or are you afraid that they do? Because if they do, it means you don't.
I'm more yeah, that's more, it's more the fact that I'm watching, like, as much as I'm saying, oh, Arsenal don't play good football, Liverpool Liverpool play 20 minutes a game where I'm like, oh my god, this is an amazing team, and then they go, there's no in between. They don't play like okay, they play suicide ball or really good football, and I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah, can we not just be consistent for like maybe half the game?
Half an hour, not even half.
Well, I think
not even 45 minutes.
in terms of the wider competition, third place is Palace, fourth place is Tottenham, fifth place is Sunderland, and sixth place is Bournemouth. I think we can say, in terms of a title, hang on, let's leave City out just now. In terms of those four, I think we can say it's too early, or it's just physically not possible for them to be in a title race come like later in the season.
Yeah.
You then look at
Palace.
I love
Palace's team.
love Palace's
I'm so sad that they beat us, but at the same time, I love
that. Is such a good team,
and they deserved so much to win. I actually felt, see when we equalised, I was like, so undeserved.
Mate, Oliver Glasner's hot property.
Aye.
But when you look at, I think it is going to need to be another Liverpool-Arsenal title race, because when you look at City and when you look at Chelsea,
I'm going to disagree.
So wait, hang on. I'll make my kind of case first. So Spurs are not in it. There's no way. It's just a team that lost 22 games last year is not winning the league. I don't care how close they get, they're not winning the league. Chelsea refuse to play with 11 men. We adore a red card. It's in our DNA, apparently. It's in our nature. Maresca sits down at the start of the game, draws a hat, and goes, okay, this game, Pedro Neto, it's your turn to absolutely floorline their fullback.
Esteval, you're coming off.
Steve, sitting there, you've got 4 minutes, that's plenty. You get your arse on that bench. As for City, I don't actually know what's going on with them, because they do have that big autistic freak up front that's like
that's
8 goals in 6 games, and this is his worst start to a season ever.
He's terrifying. I'm so fucking scared right now. He's
actually
so scary.
I can't.
The amount of aura that comes off of that man.
No, but have you ever watched a goal? Have you ever watched a single goal he scored? I can't remember one.
Oh no, I've watched it. They're sheer just like unstoppable force.
It's the fact that it's like
things.
It's the fact that you'll look at your phone and you go, oh, it's 3-1 City in like the 89th minute, and you'll go, okay, game's done. You put your phone down, go make a cup of tea, come back, and it's like, oh, he scored twice.
I get 2 goals. My dad had him triple captained.
See, for some reason, I forgot to triple captain him.
I meant to, because I was like, oh, this is gonna. I meant to play my wild card. I picked all my team. I put my phone down, went to sleep, woke up the next day, didn't confirm the team.
I forgot all about it, and then I thought, okay, what's going to be the obvious triple cap? It's going to be like Leeds at home for Man City. Probably should have just settled for Burnley.
Yeah, that's just devastating. I want to triple captain Salah, but I don't know who to do it against, because he's either non-existent for like 5 games and then just shows up randomly.
Well, you'll need to pick somebody that's like, not obvious. So you'll need to pick like, I don't know, a really weird one, like, I don't know, Bournemouth away, where he just like touches the ball 3 times but all 3 go in, because that seems to be the Salah special.
He always goals and assists against Tottenham or Man U, one of the 2.
Yeah, I feel like Chelsea do that as well. Like, no matter who's in playing for that team, the minute you put on a Chelsea shirt, you just are better than Tottenham.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a weird one. They can be such a better team and still not win for some reason.
But I think it will.
And they can be a terrible team and win.
So, hang on, explain your case then. So you think City are definitely going to be in a title race?
Yes, right. So not definitely in one, right? But again, this game, right, and I've got, obviously my unique perspective on this is I'm in the lucky position just now when my team has got 15 points. However, City, so last season I feel like there was quite a bit of pressure on City, because at the start of the season it was like, it's between Arsenal and City, and then City did dross for that like middle kind of start to the season.
Yeah. And
they were terrible, and it was like, oh my god, Pep's terrible, what's going on with City? I do not feel that there is many eyes on them this season, see, because they were kind of there, and then they dropped it, like they kind of dropped away for a few games, but that freak up front with just just give him enough balls to
yeah,
score.
it's like if you put.
I feel like they're going really under. I feel like they'll go under the radar. Like, I feel like people will be talking about, oh, what's happening at the top, and then all of a sudden it'll be like, oh yeah, City's like could go top of the league here, and people will be like, oh, wait a minute, where the fuck did they come from? Like, that's how I see it happening.
I don't know, because I feel like you're right. The big freak up front is mortifying to see. I think City's become a team that you could beat 5-4, because I look at there's so many holes in that City team that I look at and I go, no, I'm not afraid of that anymore. Like, who even are City's fullbacks? Who are their centre backs? Ruben Diaz is excellent. See, besides that, there is not one defender at Man City. I'm not saying there's not one defender at Man City that's not good. I'm not saying there's not one defender at Man City that's not exceptional. But there's not one defender at Man City other than Ruben Diaz that I go, right, you just can't really do anything about that. He's just too good.
Yes, but yeah.
And I mean, that's been
get
proven
that. Like,
already. That's been proven already this season. Let me pull up
But
their
what's to say they don't
their
just go
results.
and buy in the winter all the best defenders just because they're like, oh yeah, we actually did need to fix this.
Well, I mean, you would imagine they won't. Well, the league games that they've not won, they drew at the Emirates, they lost at Brighton, and they got beat off Tottenham, which is like a obviously moment. But I will point out
that's the funniest fixture.
I will point out
in the league for
their
me.
3 wins have been against Wolves, Burnley, and Man United,
That is true.
which are not 3 games where I would look at and go, City winning those 3 is cause for concern.
Yeah, no, but they're the games that Liverpool can't seem to fucking win for some reason. Like, I don't. Like,
You've won 5 from 6.
did they lost to Burnley? No, they didn't.
No, they
lose to
didn't.
Burnley.
You
They
no,
should've
you
lost
no,
to
no,
Burnley.
no. The ref stepped in to make sure you beat Burnley.
It was. I mean, it was a handball. I just don't know.
Yeah, it was a handball,
No,
but
he
what
was
happened? What happened to the people's champion? Nah, come on, Scott Parker's earned this. You must be so tilted if you're him. You're famous for losing 9-0 to Liverpool a few years ago, then you lose in the last minute with Burnley to a penalty because he's started playing basketball.
That's what I mean. I feel like I actually don't feel like we've won many games this season just because of how fucking bad they've been throughout 80 minutes. And then I'm like, ah, right, cool. We've decided to play football.
Well, it doesn't help that a particular attacking mid has absolutely stank the gaff out.
We'll get to him because he's not been as bad as the other one that annoys me.
Wait, there's one that's worse?
Kerkez is really, really annoying me. I can sort of like. So you're talking about Wirtz, right? And the weird thing with Wirtz for me is, see, even when sometimes when he's playing bad, like we just last, I think I messaged you, I can't remember what game it was on, when I was like, that was genuinely like hard to watch. Whereas the other games, like it doesn't do anything effective, but I'm at least going, I enjoyed watching that. That was some cool football. Like I get that with certain players, whereas Kerkez, I just watched dive to the ground and I'm like, get up.
I know, a left back diving's not great.
No, also when I'm sitting there going, no, you weren't touched.
I think
Like,
never mind Kerkez. See the signing for me that was touted as a great signing, especially financially, that I've looked at and went, this player is terrible, is Frimpong.
he's that bad.
I don't rate the guy at all.
I mean, I was going to say he's better defensively than Trent, but
He's not though, that's the thing. You've traded a fullback that can't defend for a wing back that can't defend or pass anywhere near as well.
I disagree with the defending side of things because like he can defend better than Trent and has defended better than Trent.
Yeah, but is that a comment
games,
on Frimpong being good or Trent being terrible?
It's a bit of both, but I still think you're being way too harsh on his defence. Like if you actually look at how he's played in the games, he's defensively not that bad. His passing is shocking, but like, I can agree with that side. The defensive side, I think, is just like that was a narrative that I had hunters at the start, and I still hear it, and I've not really seen it. Like I feel way more scared when Kerkez is getting attacked than I do thinking Kerkez has been good defensively as well when he wants to be and isn't lying at the halfway line.
Yeah, I mean that's also like a fair side to it. I mean, I'm not going to say I've watched enough of Liverpool to, totally tell you you're wrong, but it's an interesting one. It's an interesting one because you would imagine Liverpool having won the league last year and having spent that much, it would just be a surefire for the title. But if there was ever a year that Arsenal would win it.
The thing is, I said this would be a really difficult season because I felt like so this is a kind of almost like an age transition in a team, and it's a lot of new players to bring in at once, and that cohesion just doesn't feel like it's there. I think in the pre-season we got a bit giddy and we're like, oh, it looks like the new attackers are playing well together, like it looks good, and then the season started, like, I don't think they've got that kind of chemistry yet. If you get what I'm saying, like it doesn't feel like they do. Like I feel like I'm seeing link up between new players and link up between old players, but I'm not seeing the link up between both, if that makes sense. Because I've seen it happen, like,
that does make sense.
And that Salah Wirtz one that I talked to you about, that I send you a message about for the first 5 games of the season, where Wirtz would play a pretty solid pass into Salah, and it wasn't maybe a goal scoring opportunity, but like you're like, right, shoot, and he would touch it 5 feet in front of him, and I'm like, what are you doing? Atletico Madrid, where get the still of that image and just like show where Salah, like, it's an open goal and he scudded it off the post, which is, I guess, unlucky, but like it was such a good ball through. There was no reason for him to miss it after the goal that he did score. But yeah, I mean, you've not mentioned Chelsea too much. After
we're definitely not in a title race again. Like, we refuse to play with 11 men, which makes it a bit impossible. But yeah, I don't think the expectation was on Chelsea to be properly in a title race this year. It was sort of prove you can get into the upper echelon of European competitions whilst being there already. So it was sort of like finish top 4 again and be in the Champions League, as opposed to finish top 4 to get in it, if that makes sense. So realistically, I just want every Chelsea fan out there to join together in peaceful harmony around Todd Bowley's super mega yacht and say, please, please, oh please, just buy a goalkeeper and a centre half who are over the age of 23 and know what they're doing, because that's all that we're missing. The attack's great, the attack is very, very good, but we're just lacking people at the back that know how to keep the ball out the net.
Yeah, I mean, I said that I don't rate Chalobah or whatever it was at all, and I've not watched the game at all.
Yeah,
and I just looked and it was like, you were like, nah, I don't think, and then I checked the game. It's like red card.
Trev, you've done me wrong there, because he was good under Tuchel, and then he got loaned out, and it was sort of like that. All right, we're just getting rid of you because you're an academy player, so you're pure profit. And then he came back, and I was actually quite glad he came back. I think I get caught up in more of a less Chalobah, you're really good, and more Chalobah next to Badiashile and Disasi, you're amazing, mate.
Yeah. Just thought that was funny, but nah, I mean, the goalkeeper is definitely the biggest error for you, because even when the centre backs make mistakes, there's no
safety in Bob Sanchez. I've got a potential hot take for you, right? I've had this realisation over the weekend, and I've felt intensely about this for a long time, and now I'm ready to go public with it. I'm ready to go public. In the Premier League era, right? Yep. Ange Postecoglou is top 3 on, how do I say this? Disappointing, maybe underachieving, lack of fulfilment against the predicted ability managers that there's ever been. The guy is terrible. He's absolutely dreadful.
I feel that as much as I agree that he's terrible and lack of fulfilment, for that's a really good way of putting it, but I don't think he's bottom. I don't think he's
he is
underachieving.
He absolutely is. He's top 3. I've pulled the wool over your eyes. Like, he's just right. Let me put it in this way, right? Postecoglou came in with a funny accent and had 10 really good games at Tottenham, and that has carved him out a 2-year career and a job at a second Premier League team.
He's Greek.
He's
Greek.
Yeah, he's Greek. But besides that, he has been undeniably one of, if not the outright worst manager to be in the Premier League across the last 2 years. He's fucking dreadful.
You surprise me how shit you are.
Yeah, and it's weird. It's like, so my way of sort of going about that is, when he's bad, and I think it's like he needs like almost like a perfect scenario for him to play really well, if that makes sense, and it to look like, and people go, oh, he's a phenomenal mate. Like, but on average, I think for the amount of ignorance he has, or arrogance he has,
he's extremely egotistical, he's thunderously arrogant, he refuses to change his system, he cannot comprehend criticism, he doesn't develop players, he unsteadies ships, and he just drains the soul out of fans. How dreadful must it be to lose a game and come out of it and go, man, the manager really got that wrong again. Again, he's got it wrong. Again, he's refusing to change the system. Then you go and listen to him in the press conferences, and he's just shouting at reporters for asking him obvious questions like, "Why are you absolutely terrible?" And he's going, "It's just how we are, mate. It's just how we are. It's just what we are, mate." That's not an excuse. Don't try and accent your way out of this. You're absolutely dreadful.
I suppose, because there was a point in Tottenham last season where it was like they were going into a game going, our manager's going to fuck this up. They've not even seen the game yet, and they're going into it going, our manager's going to get this wrong. And you're like, oh, you've not played yet? You're like, yeah, but our manager's going to get this wrong. Like, it was more. I look at Tottenham. No, but I look at Tottenham, right, and I think, right, analyse this whole time at Spurs, right. So he came in after Poch and Kane left, right. So the bar was so low. So low. New manager bounce, honeymoon period. He comes in and wins a couple of games. The momentum, the positivity, everything around the club is sky high as it can possibly be. They've got this serial winner who is like pushing 60 and has spent 2 years managing in Europe across a 30-year career. Anyway, serial winner they've got. The signings are all kind of working, everything's going well. Is 10 give or take good games. From then on out, dreadful, absolutely dreadful. You had his two best players, right? So Maddison was one of his best players, chronically injured. His entire team was pretty much chronically injured, which he blamed for everything. I've already done a video on this. I've looked into the stats. Majority of his injuries were muscle injuries, and his system definitely put his players at risk of that. He put so much strain on their bodies because he was running them into the ground constantly, refused to rotate. He started to disrupt the boat with his best players wanting to leave. So basically all his best players were either chronically injured or desperate to leave, i.e. Van de Ven and Romero were both hinting at leaving. I'm pretty sure at one point Romero was like actively talking to Simeone about going out to Atletico. Scraped his way to a trophy, and I mean scraped, at a time when the Europa League has never been easier for English clubs. Man United were absolutely dreadful. Right place, right time trophy ever.
Oh yeah, and again, that final, worst final I've ever seen in my life. They didn't even score in the final. They won an own goal, and that got them the trophy. They lost 22 games at a time when the promoted clubs were absolutely dreadful. Like, they effectively did finish last because it was like a mini league of 3 teams at the bottom who can get the most points against Premier League clubs, because they 3 were never going to survive. They just didn't have it in them. So Spurs were never going to get relegated. He limped to a trophy, injured all his players, pissed off all the media, ruined his perception amongst all the fans, cried like a baby at every turn and corner, blamed everyone but himself, acted like God's gift and the hero when he won a trophy, got sacked and has now walked into another job. And Forest are, after 6 games, are 17th. I know Postecoglou's only been there for 2 of them. He hasn't won either.
Also, he does not suit that team whatsoever. Why?
He doesn't suit any
he's
team.
Been hired because Mr. Marinakis, but like,
well, him and Mr. Marinakis will be throwing hands at each other in a couple of months.
Oh yeah, 100%. But what I'm saying is, like, they're quite a deep line team. Like, I think they sit quite defensively.
Oh, West Ham have won an absolute watch with this. They've got rid of Potter and they've won a watch.
Like, one to get relegated to. They managed to get rid of Graham Potter for noon. Like, that's wild. That's an absolute 10 out of 10 turnaround. Like, that is fantastic. Rumoured Manchester United looking at Graham Potter. We can pray.
We can pray. There is hope after all.
That'd be the funniest.
That would be a different level of funny. Amarim's gone, Potter in. Oh god.
I'd choose a new club.
Yeah, I would give in. I would just throw a towel in and go, right, at some point it's not worth it.
Right. So, you being Chelsea, me being Liverpool,
yes.
We have never spoke about Salah, Hazard.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say my stance on it, right?
Well, I feel like it's pretty clear
What do
who
you
both
think
of us.
my stance is?
I think your stance is that Salah is the better player.
No.
See, we've got this in this weird backwards realm where we're just like praising the other one. So I'll put it simple because mine's just pretty simplistic, right? You've got three ways of looking at it. Who's technically speaking the more effective player for a team? Salah, because his goal and assist output dwarfs Hazard by a mile. Who is the better footballer? Is Hazard by a country mile. Although I will say Salah's probably the better athlete. Like, there's no debating the two of them on that. However, I would say Hazard's a better footballer.
Hazard, calling Hazard an athlete.
That's a stretch. If I was a fan of any club on this planet except Liverpool, and you offered me either one of them in their prime, I take Hazard 10 days out of 10.
Yeah, right, so I'll tell you my take on it is the comparison kind of annoys me because I think they're very two different types of players.
Absolutely.
It almost, do you know what it's like? It's almost reminds me, it'd be like a Messi and Ronaldo debate if Messi didn't actually have an amazing goal and assist output.
Yeah.
Like,
I think the issue is people see they're both wingers and just go, oh, they're comparable.
Yeah, they're not. Like, Hazard controlled the game. Like, that was like, he was your kind of, like, he ran the game. That was how I seen it. And I loved watching him. It was the closest thing to it. Like, the way he dribbled, the way he kept the ball, like, his progressiveness when he was on the ball was incredible to me. However, Salah's just sheer, almost like, going trying to score is incredible. Like, the amount of goals and assists that he gets, even when he's, I think Arne Slot put it really well the other day when he was talking about when he scored that penalty against Burnley, right? And it was like the reason why Salah's such a good player is that yes, he can do nothing the whole game, and you can think he can do nothing in a whole game and still have a goal and assist. Do you know how much that helps a team?
No, absolutely. I think you're right, because I mean, realistically, see if you're going to say. So here's my gripe with the whole, Salah does nothing and then scores and everybody calls him amazing argument, right? See if you're going to call Salah a bad player because he does kind of hoon the gaff up for 90 minutes and then score the winner. You kind of have to also call Haaland a terrible player then, because he also contributes nothing and then scores the winner, and everyone goes, this guy's an absolute freak, he's like a different class. I mean, they kind of do the same thing.
They do in a sense, but one's doing it from a wing standpoint.
Yeah, one's doing it as a winger.
In recent years, especially last season, Salah's like playmaking, if you want to call it that, was incredible, and I don't think it got the credit it deserved because Darwin Núñez was on the end of half of them. But like, Darwin Núñez and Luis Diaz is the other one, and Diaz was my favourite player at Liverpool at the time. See the amount of like through balls and stuff just into that kind of 6-yard box that Salah would play was incredible. It was every game, every game he did it at least once, and that's what got me about. See last season when people were like, he ghosts in games, because towards the end of the season he did start to ghost a wee bit more. But oh my god, see, even in the games where he maybe didn't get a goal or assist, which was rare, he was still like, he still should have, if that makes sense.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he was definitely held back by the fact he was playing through balls through to that complete donkey. But
yeah, that annoyed me when people compared it like when they did like Rafinha or Salah, and I was like, yeah, but Rafinha's passing to Yamal and Lewandowski. Yeah, and Salah's passing to Diaz and Núñez. They are not the same.
Oh no, yeah, definitely.
And that's not me saying like Rafinha over Salah. It was just at the start of the season when that was happening.
The thing is,
they're assisting.
The thing is, I think, see, to take it back to your point of the debate,
yeah,
the issue you've got with Salah and Hazard is they really shouldn't be compared.
Yeah, that's
But-
so that was I've
but
got
they
that written
are.
in brackets underneath that.
So here's my point about right. See if you compare the two of them, there is no comparison because you can take them from so many different angles and one will dwarf the other.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 100%.
There's no comparable metric to go.
Yeah. And
Well, okay, let's ignore let's ignore X and Y and focus on A and B because they can be compared in A and B. It's not. Salah is an athlete who has a frankly terrifying output for a winger alongside truly ridiculous longevity. Hazard was like one of those magical players that you know you walk away for the game and Chelsea's lost 3-1 and Hazard's like not even had a shot that game and you still go he was the best player on the park by an absolute mile.
yeah.
Like, as you said, they aren't comparable players. You can't really sit there and go, okay, you know, we'll compare them on, like, goals and assist output because, well, you know, Salah dwarfs him. Or we'll compare them on, like, athleticism because, again, Salah dwarfs it. Or we'll compare them on, like, I don't know, ball control, dribbling, that sort of stuff because Hazard absolutely dwarfs it. It's...
Yeah.
I think the other issue you've got as well, and one of the reasons that a lot of people will immediately discredit Hazard is the athleticism, is the fact that they're similar ages, but Salah's still one of the most important players at Liverpool, but Hazard's been retired for years.
Yeah, but the counterpoint to that is Hazard has had much of a career before Salah as Salah's had after Hazard.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So like, it's what way do you want to look at longevity? It's the same way. See when people talk about, let's say, another players like a Neymar or something. Neymar hasn't went on for as long as he should have, compared to who was around them. But players who come through young don't really last that long. We've got this misconception because of players.
Well, yeah,
like
look at
Salah, Ronaldo, Messi.
Yeah,
like, the way
and
they went on is not normal.
it is an exception because look at people like Saka and Rashford. See when they because they come through at like 18 and they've been like, oh right, you're actually quite good at 18. Okay, you now play every game. You now play 60 games a season at 19.
Yeah, Pedri, Yamal are the two other
Yeah,
ones I can think of.
I think
happening
Yamal
to.
will probably be the exception that is like, yeah, cool, I'll still go on till I'm in my mid-30s. Whereas
Yeah.
you'll get players like Rashford, and I really think Saka's going to be another one, where it's you've put these young wingers in from such a young age, played to them constantly, they've been bruised, battered and scarred for years now, and they start slowing down when they're in their mid-20s because their bodies just can't keep up with it.
Yeah. Saka is the best example of that. I feel bad for that player actually at times. The amount they rely on, what is he, 22, 23?
Saka's 24 now.
Oh, is he 24 now? I feel like he's been young for ages. The amount they relied on him when he was, when he was 22, 23 is so scary and so not good for a player.
No, you can. Well, hold on. I will pull the numbers up. Let's just outright have a look at it. Bukayo Saka, right?
Yeah.
Bukayo Saka was 24 in September, so he's just went 24, right?
Yep.
He made his debut season in 2018-19, but only played 4 games. He made his first proper season in 2019-20, right? So he's played... We'll write off his first season and say that doesn't count because he only played 4 games. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 seasons at Arsenal, and he's already played 268 games. Alongside 44 for England. So he's played over 300 games of football as a winger in all of them in the Premier League. Like, it's not as if he's had championship loans or, you know, loans out to a less physical league. Every single game he's played has either been in an English top flight competition, the Europa League or the Champions League, as pretty much Arsenal's main man. And he's only 24.
It's not even like he's been playing like a featuring role. Like, he's been heavily relied on.
Yeah, he's the main guy. And I think that was a similar issue because that's what we all said to Hazard. And Hazard was actually the big, the driving force behind a lot of the stuff, you know, towards his later times at Chelsea, where it was like, if you don't change up the rules and start protecting players, you won't have players like Hazards and Saka's anymore, because they were just getting booted. And you would do that if you were a, in quotations, smaller club, or a club that couldn't really go bar for bar, man for man with a team like Chelsea, and you're coming up against Eden Hazard. The first thing you're telling your defenders is just see if he touches the ball, take him out, because you can't defend against, you can't do anything. Just get him off the ball.
Yeah, that's because you see that with Saka a lot, like especially now. Like see if Saka's even remotely in the game.
He's just getting like booted.
Yeah, he's getting high. It's like me at fives, man. Is a
slight promotion of his own fives ability here, guys.
I'm left-footed.
Oh god! Oh, the glazing's gone too hard.
Left-footed.
I don't want to see the stains on your mirror.
Usually injured.
Usually injured. I think usually injured describes me a bit better.
Maybe it's also, just to circle back, just to the Saka point and the original point. So on the Saka thing, I also think that could be a thing of how Arteta plays him. But I think there's a lot of blame on Arteta relying on this kid so much and not buying another really good winger in that position, so that it's like, say Saka's getting kicked constantly, you bring on somebody else so that it's shared out, like between two top players.
Well, this is
focusing everything through one player.
This is what I just said. So it's Saka's what, 6th or 7th or 8th or whatever season I said it was. They've only just bought a winger that can take some of his workload off him in Madueke.
Yeah.
They've only just done it.
Yeah, that's wild. Like, can you imagine they had, like, I'm not saying Madueke exactly, but a Madueke 2-3 seasons ago?
Can you imagine how much better Nick Saka would be in?